Hey guys, it's Laurel. I had a few videos that were meant to go up before this, but I just feel like I need to speak to the audience of mine that is feeling worried and scared and hopeless right now. I know that the results of the election have left us feeling awful. And I was out of town. I was with family when it happened, and honestly, I'm so grateful that I wasn't alone the day of the election results for a lot of reasons. Um, but I wanted to talk to you guys in a way that hopefully brings a little sense of empowerment and hope, because this did for me. And I didn't want to just post my normal K-pop stuff and say nothing about this. So I know that my K-pop videos are going to be late. I apologize for those that are waiting on those, but this is for the people who need to hear it. I went to a traditional Korean all-women spa 2 or 3 days after the election. This is a spa in Seattle. It is trans and non-binary inclusive as well. And it's a fully nude spa. And my sister-in-law goes there all the time, so she invited me. Before the election results, she decided she wanted to take me there for a few reasons. And we agreed to go. And the day after the election results, I woke up in the middle of the night feeling so filled with dread, instantly crying, instantly scared, instantly filled with feelings that I haven't felt in, I don't know, 4 years. It's even worse now because I'm out of the closet with my sexuality and my gender. And I spent the whole day, even though I was with family and even though I was in Seattle, surrounded by people who think like me, the day was still filled with so much dread. That morning, I went to a local coffee shop. I actually walked to a coffee shop that was close by with my dad. And when we were walking to the cafe, we saw a man on the corner, and he was swinging a pride flag at a crosswalk where all these cars were driving. Cars were honking in solidarity, and I needed to see that. It was like a beautiful instant reminder that there are people who stand with us. Every single woman I made eye contact with throughout the day, you could just see this empty, hollow face. All of us were feeling the same way. All of us. I saw a girl walking on the street who had clearly been crying for hours, and she had music in her ears and no makeup on, and was just clearly trying to get to her destination. And I kind of just gave her a small smile, and she couldn't even smile back, and I don't blame her. So a few days later, my sister and I went to the spa, and I was already so anxious. I actually had a panic attack before we got there, because growing up in America, I'm sure it's not just American countries, but my experience is growing up in America as a woman viewed by others. I am met, I've been met with all these standards from day one. The first time I remember crying about my body, I was 8 or 9. And so the thought of just being naked and vulnerable around other women was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But my sister-in-law, she's like, don't even worry about it. Like, you're going to get there and you're going to realize it doesn't matter. Everybody feels the same way until they get there. And then you're just seeing women. You're just seeing people who feel and understand your experience. And I was like, okay, I think she's just saying this to get me to go. I know it's still going to be a relaxing day. I know it's still going to be an experience that I've always wanted to experience, so I want to go. We get there, we sign in, we take off our shoes, they give us keys for our little cubbies, and then we go to the locker room. And the first thing I see when I walk in is a beautiful, fully nude woman sitting at the vanity, sat up, everything's out, and she's drying her hair. And I said, "Oh, we're doing this." We're doing this. I'm here and I'm doing this. And everyone in front of me is naked. And it was like instantly you're just thrust into this situation. And the reason that I feel like I need to talk about this experience is because it was so empowering. Taking the moment to just take a big deep breath and take off your robe and just be fully yourself and vulnerable with strangers who understand your experience. It's a feeling I've never felt before. And it really makes you realize, like, the people that are out there criticizing bodies don't see what in that moment I was seeing. I see these beautiful forces of nature who endure so much and take so much and have their own lives and their own worries and care for others, and who spend every day being told that they're not good enough. Whether it's because their boobs aren't perky enough, or their body's too saggy, or they're not amicable enough, or they don't smile enough, or their personality's too loud, or they're too quiet, or they're too thin, or they're too fat, or their stomach comes out too much when they wear their tight dresses, or they dress too slutty, or they don't dress slutty enough, they dress too frumpy, they don't show their shape, they show their shape too much, they show their shape wrong, they wear the wrong bras, they don't wear bras. I can see your nipples through that shirt. I wish I could see your nipples through that shirt. I'm pretty sure in this photo that you took, I know you didn't mean to, but when I zoom really far, I can see your nipples through that shirt. But here in the spa, I see supernatural creation. I see goddesses. Every shape and size. And you don't go in there and you don't look, right? Like, it's not like you're looking, but we went when it was very busy, and at some point it's hard not to see something pretty much everywhere you look. And you're sharing these baths with these people you don't know, and you'll give a little smile to some of them, and some of them don't want to be seen or perceived, so you don't perceive them. But it was like we were all there as a unit, because all of us had just experienced the same thing a few days before. And so we just had a moment to be women and experience girlhood. And I know I keep saying the words women and girlhood, but I want to remind you all that this is trans and non-binary, inclusive. I'm non-binary, but I still lived the woman experience. And I still do, because people look at me and they don't see me. They see a woman. Anyway, it was... we went from tub to tub. There was like really hot tubs, there was really cold tubs, there was a cold plunge. We did that a few times. We went in the sauna and the steam room, and there were hot and cold rooms that were in the dry spa where you wear your robe and you're dry, obviously. There's also a little restaurant on the inside that serves all like traditional Korean spa salon foods. And you're just sitting in there. Everybody's sitting in their little robes and their little bonnets. Everybody's wearing them. And you're Everybody's just sitting in in the nude in these robes, eating lunch, dinner, whatever, drinking their little fruit infused waters and teas, and it's just girlhood. It's like the embodiment of the movie Barbie. It's just, this Barbie likes to go to the spa. This Barbie loves this Barbie this Barbie loves yakisoba. I had yakisoba. My sister-in-law had I'm going to say it wrong, and I know I'm going to say it wrong. Bibimbap. And we shared it. We had seafood pancakes. Delicious. It was so delicious. And the women that were working there were so sweet and wonderful. It was fully female staff for obvious reasons. This experience was something that reminds me of like the first time that I microdosed on shrooms, where it was like a smack to the face of like all the things that I haven't understood and have taken for granted. Is that women and people who have experienced the woman experience are truly mythical creatures. They are inspiring and beautiful and strong. And it does not matter what they look like when they're naked, because they're all beautiful. And these people who criticize our bodies don't see us for what we are. They see us as objects because they have to. Because how can you look at all of these women and hate it? How do you look at all of these beautiful people and not feel inspired? You have to hate us. You have to think of us as things to be had and possessed and to do with as you please. When we were going around in the, oh my god, my lipstick. I just have to accept that I'm going to be a mess for this video, and I kind of already have, but when we were going around the dry spa, we were going like room to room. There were rooms where they encouraged you to basically nap. There's rooms where they encouraged you to read. And they were all different temperatures. And there was an ice room where you put your feet on stone that were cold. There was a sand room where it was covered in sand, and then the sand was covered with fabric, so you can like lay on that and sleep. And it just felt very, it felt like a very beautiful bonding experience with all these people I don't know. But my favorite room in the whole spa was the chill room. There was a few chill rooms, but there was a chill room that when you went inside, it looked like a lodge, like and by the way, obviously I couldn't have my phone, so that's why I have no videos or pictures or anything, because this is a fully private experience. But when you walk into this chill room, it looks like a log cabin. The walls are fully log. There's little benches on the inside. It's chilly. There's like fake ski equipment and maps. But then in the corner, there's a table, a desk with pens on it. And the desk has a bunch of journals on it. And then as you look closer to the wooden walls, you see that those pens were not just used in the journals, but they're used all over the walls. And all over the walls were written things like, love is love, and my body is beautiful, and your body is beautiful, and women stick together, and women are powerful, women are superheroes, the world runs on women. Some of my favorites were, you have a nice butt. Or one girl had written, I have really small boobs. And then other people wrote next to it, and they're still just as beautiful as the others. Or, and they're just as sexy. And I love them. And people had written, you know, names of the girls that they had gone to the spa with. there was a group of girls who wrote roast beef gang. And then they had all their names around it. Trans lives matter. Gay is not a phase. I'm trying to just remember all the ones we saw. Gay is not a phase, and it's not wrong. I love my stretch marks. I love my tummy. I love my mom and my sister. And if you go and look at the journals, they've kept every single journal from all the years that spa has been there. And it's just filled with anonymous journal entries from the women that have attended the spa. And so Shayla and I sat down and we read the journal entries from the day after the election results. And every single entry that was after the election started off the same. Today is a hard day. I feel hopeless. I'm so scared. I was hoping to have a baby this year, but now I'm scared it would kill me. I guess the reason that I felt like I had to share this experience was because while it was so sad, it was still so beautiful. It was beautiful to understand that we have this whole sisterhood of people who understand our experience, whether we know them or not. All these people around America who felt the same way that you felt when you woke up that morning. And we are some of the strongest people because we have put up with so much since day fucking one. And we're fighters. And we have emotional intelligence. And we have each other. And we should be relying on each other. I wrote an entry. I wish I could have taken a picture of it so I could have remembered what I said in full, but it was something along the lines of, I look at every single person here and I see strength, inspiration, and beauty inside and out. I don't know what the future holds. I know I'm not the only one that's terrified. But I hope that we all continue to be loud and joyful and opinionated and bold and authentically ourselves. And I hope we cry when it feels right. And I hope we feel joy. And I hope we love the things we love loudly. And I ended it with a little, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. And I feel that way about all the community members that are watching this video right now. I don't know what the future holds, but what I do know is that we deserve to live. We deserve to feel safe. Trans lives matter. Black lives matter. Black women matter. Black trans lives matter. Queer lives matter. I know I'm forgetting things, but we shouldn't have to fight to matter. I don't know if any of this was articulate, and I don't know if it brought you hope the way I was hoping it would. It did bring me hope. It did, and in the moment I'm recounting it right now, I still feel hope, even though I look like I'm filled with dread. I just know that The people who are scared right now are some of the strongest, full of fight people on this planet. And I love you, and I'm here for you, and you're not alone. And God damn it, you're fucking beautiful, no matter what your body looks like. Life is too short to worry about that bullshit shit that the man tells us we have to worry about and that capitalism tells us we have to worry about, okay? Do you? Yeah. Anyway, the spa was it was an incredible experience. I left feeling hopeful, empowered, and incredibly relaxed. I would have loved to just live there. I'd love to live there. I want to go back, and I will go back next time I'm in Seattle. If you guys ever have the chance to experience something like that, don't let the fear of being nude around strangers stop you, please. I mean, it truly is such an empowering experience. And you know what? Like, here's another hopeful thing. Ever since that experience, every time I'm just realizing this, I'm just processing it as I'm saying it out loud. But before the spa experience, I was struggling with being naked in the mirror. My body has turned a little bit more womanly than I'd like, especially for my gender identity. And ever since leaving the spa, I have loved getting naked in front of the mirror and getting ready for the shower. I love my body because I am not alone in this experience. And people who look like me and people who identify like me are truly some of the most incredible people in the world. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I promise that my content will be, K-poppy and silly and goofy after this, but I just felt like it didn't feel right to not post something like this. I love you. You are not alone. And no matter how politics are right now, please stay. So many people want you here. I want you here. You are loved. Even when it doesn't feel like it, I know that there's someone there that loves you. And let me be one of those people, okay? Okay. I'm going to go now. Thank you guys for watching this video. Follow me on my other socials. It feels weird to plug that. And I will see you guys on the YouTubes later. Wow.